At least one person was killed, several others injured when 3 homes exploded in Baltimore earlier today. That gas explosion trapping at least one person in the rubble. NBC News correspondent Pete Williams joins me now. Pete, what do we know about what happened here?
Well, what we know is the authorities believe it was a gas leak. This has been a problem in Baltimore with an aging infrastructure of natural gas pipes. Gas leaks have become fairly frequent. But if you look at that hole there, that's where 3 row houses were located. And you can see the one on the left as the plane starts to pull out there, that one on the left of the rubble. You see the rubble, and then the one on the left, it's missing the side wall of the house there. So people were buried in that rubble. One woman was killed. At least 4, perhaps as many as 6 people were injured. And neighbors immediately, when they heard this tremendous explosion that blew out windows in surrounding neighborhoods, they immediately rushed to the scene and started to try to get survivors that they could hear who were saying, "Help us," including some children who were asking for help. They managed to pull several people to safety. The fire department is still on the scene with the assistance of the Baltimore Police, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, still looking for survivors. But it does seem to be, although they haven't officially said, from all indications are, it is a natural gas explosion. And, you know, I suppose every community in the country has experienced these. And until you hear one, it's really hard to believe the ferocity of these explosions, how incredibly destructive they are. You can see those houses were just blown to bits, and the noise and the damage in surrounding areas. So it's going to be a while before they completely finish getting what they believe to be all the folks out of there, all the survivors who were trapped. Some of them elderly people, and several were taken to hospitals. Not clear still the number of injuries, whether it was 4 or 6. But I suppose you could say it could have been much worse. It happened just before 10 o'clock this morning in northwestern Baltimore.
Pete, I mean, you said it. You look at those images. I covered gas explosions like that in my days as a local reporter. And if you have not seen or heard one of those before, I mean, it is just incredible. And to look at those images, it's hard to believe that anyone survived that. I mean, the destruction is just incredible.
It is. It is, however, as you say, while these things are tremendously damaging, it is quite common for people to survive them. Sometimes it's burns from if there's a flash fire that the explosion causes, but usually it's just the falling debris, especially if people are in the basement or their upper floors and the houses simply collapse on them. It's usually broken bones and other kinds of injuries from being crushed by the debris that causes the injuries. But it is, you're right, it is common to survive, fortunately, to survive these explosions.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.